Guess who's back? Back again. 504. Core is back. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Da, 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 da. Guys, big week. The Saints. A win's a win in the NFL. I'll talk about that a little bit. LSU, you beat Grambling. Congratulations. They also scored 10 points on you. Y'all want to start with the Saints first or LSU?
Let's go Saints.
All right.
Black and gold. So, look, my big takeaway from the Saints is a couple of things, right? One, calm down about the offense. Drew Brees' first game with the Saints was a 19-14 win over the Cleveland Browns. Offensively, they weren't great. I thought Derek Carr made some throws in that game like, okay, that's what the Saints have been missing, especially that fourth down play to Rashid Shaheed. The offensive line is trash. Trevor Penning might be a bust. The secondary is incredible. The D-line looked good. Peyton Turner, we know he's injury prone and it sucks, but Carl Granderson looked good. Brazil looked good. Cam's Cam. DeMario is still top 5 linebacker in the NFL. Marshawn Lattimore, this could be the year he gets 6 interceptions, right? That defense really good. Didn't watch a lot of the second half because I was covering the Broncos game. But also I want to add in the point. Dude, Saints made the right move.
No,
Saints
bro. Speaking of move, talk about your move.
Oh, my move? All right, go on my Instagram and Facebook, dude. I live in the fucking mountains, right? I'm 5 minutes away from Garden of God.
There we go.
It's clear blue skies every day. I got Pikes Peak. I'm 5 minutes away from old Colorado City where all these bars and stuff. Dude, my life is like a Fleetwood Mac song right now, okay? That's all I'm going to say. I'm covering Dion, Sean Payton, Jokic, and the Air Force Academy. Like, I'm sitting over here, playing Dreams and drinking some Crown and Coke. So I'm about to smoke a cigar and just watch the sunset and the mountains fade. It's incredible.
Corey's just living, guys. Corey's just doing his thing. Made the move out to Colorado Springs. Living his life, everybody. But the Saints, yeah. I don't know. Take away as much as you want from that game. We've talked about Derek Carr on several occasions. Mike doesn't really like him. Corey likes him. I'm on the fence still. I thought what he did was fine. Kind of a game manager type role. Made some impressive throws. It's going to be a work in progress with all of his weapons on the outside. But I'm feeling confident with what he kind of put together. But what you got?
I disagree with the game manager part. Andy Dalton doesn't make that throw with 2 minutes left.
It was an impressive throw, but leading up to that point, he has to be a game manager with Kamara out. Like, for the most part, he just has to handle his business, and that's about it. There wasn't anything spectacular.
The offensive line was the worst offensive line performance.
That's my takeaway. Like, my takeaway is that Penning is absolute dog shit, and that you have to figure that out. The offensive line is actually horrific. He had no time to get the ball off, and he made the most of what his opportunities were, but it's going to take some time. Mike, what you got? You haven't even said a word. I need to yell at you.
Yeah. Corey nailed it on the head. He pretty much broke it all down. But secondary looked great. Defense is just, they're elite. How many turnovers did they have? 3, 4? They could have. They had like 2 or 3 drop picks. So they looked amazing. No, it's encouraging. Carr looked good. I thought he could have looked better. I'm not a Carr hater. I just think it's like, okay, is he an elite quarterback? No, he's kind of like a middle tier quarterback. But he looked good. I wish he could have made some other throws, but you can't have it all. This team should be pretty good this year. We talk about it every podcast, but the schedule is dog shit. It's just so bad. It's so refreshing to see, who we play next week? Oh, Carolina, great. And then Carolina doesn't even have JC Horn. So, they look good. You always love to see those nail biting games come out in a dub. So, you don't apologize for wins in the NFL. It's already hard enough to come by. So, I'm excited. I didn't know how week 1 was going to go. I almost refrained from even making predictions because it could go either way with them every single year. So, I'm just happy all around that we got the dub. But what do you think about putting like Penning in guard? I feel like he'd make a pretty good guard. No,
he's too tall. Not fast enough to get out on screens.
He has like no lateral quickness though.
I don't like him at all. I just don't see any. I don't even know like where he's even going to fit in like long term. Like he's just, to me, that was horrific. That's the best way I can describe Penning.
He looked very rough. One quick thing, Groupie.
Oh yeah,
Grouper.
Saints gotta be feeling good about that.
Look, I talked to Will Lutz before the Broncos Raiders game, and Will was talking about how he's thankful for Sean Payton giving him this opportunity and everything. And comes out, the Broncos lost. They didn't lose that game. I mean, the Raiders still probably could have won it either way, but those are 4 key points in a 1-point loss to the Raiders.
Blame it on Lutz, bro. You know you want to do it.
No, I don't. I actually don't. I mean, as a team, they missed opportunities, but nobody cares about the Broncos in South Louisiana, so I'm not going to do that. We're going to talk about Will Lutz. I do want to talk about Sean Payton, and I was dying laughing during that game because Sean did something very Sean. But Groupie missed the extra point in a 55-yard – not Groupie. Lutz missed the extra point in a 55-yard field goal, and after the game, talking to him, man, my guys lost confidence.
He looked defeated, man. I saw one of your snippets.
Yeah, just lost total confidence, and I think the Saints made the right move there. Going to Sean real quick, it was hilarious. First play, Sean Payton. First play as the Denver Broncos head coach. He kicks it onside kick. That's the most Sean Payton thing ever.
It's fitting.
And then what's even more fitting, Zach, they threw a flag. And they touched the ball before 10 yards reach. But you know who made the call? Bill Vinovich. So we got a Sean Payton onside kick and a Bill Vinovich, the guy who screwed him in the NFC Championship game versus the Rams. That is your Sean Payton bingo on the first play for the Denver Broncos.
I don't even know what to say. I don't want to see Sean Payton fail by any means. I want to see him succeed just because he brought us a Super Bowl. It's obviously mixed emotions in New Orleans when it comes to him for the most part, but I want to see him succeed, man. Like at the end of the day, that's still our guy, but it definitely is like the freaking Denver Saints at this point. Like they've got a lot of our guys, but it'll be an interesting dynamic.
Look,
definitely want to see Sean Payton succeed. I mean, he had his flaws. I don't think he won a challenge in his whole career, but and he was a little arrogant. But I mean, he was a great coach, and he wasn't some cookie cutter coach. He had a little edge to him, and I like those kind of guys. Brought a Super Bowl, 3 NFC championships, so or appearances rather. So yeah, I wish him the best. He got us something in the trade, got us Brzee in the trade. That's big time. So he could have just waited and not done that. But yeah, all the best to Peyton.
What's kind of like your overall grade for Derek Carr in that Week 1 performance if you had to pick one out?
B-.
Yeah, I was gonna say B-.
And why is that?
What?
And why is that?
Analyze it?
Why is that?
So I'll analyze my grade and why is that, but so I thought he was good. It wasn't a great performance, right? I thought he spread the ball around decently, right? Michael Thomas early, Olave during the middle part of the game, and then Shaheed early and then late, and Jawan Johnson as well. I thought he was okay. I thought the offensive line is a problem. Didn't give him enough time, so he could really not get comfortable. He also had a horrible pick, which brings down his grade, and he had a fumble, which brings down his grade. You don't want 2 turnovers there. But overall, you won the game. He did look good at times. And, dude, I'm going to be honest, that NFL Films that came out.
That's sick.
Both of them. Like, both clips I saw. The one with Shaheed was cool. Also the one where he got, clapped.
That was cool.
Both
and I liked how in the one with there was Jameis was in one of them and he was like, yes. I thought it was so
Jameis.
He was coming to silence. Like, dude, we got to get Shaheed. Give me another chance. Shaheed on the deep ball. Because they couldn't run the ball worth shit.
No, they couldn't do anything.
The O-line was garbage. I mean, what do you expect? Ultimately that was kind of my major. I mean, it's really my only takeaway. It's just how terrible the offensive line was. But I need to stop harping on that because that's all I've been saying with the Saints.
Here's another thing. Give me Derek Carr as an interview because after the game, he admits all of his mistakes. He admits what he did wrong. Russell Wilson's like, yeah, I thought we played really good. I thought the offense – dude, you scored fucking 16 points. Shut the fuck up.
Carr's transparent. Carr's really transparent. I watched this post game, and I enjoyed that a lot.
It was good.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, kind of sticking to the quarterbacks, Jake Haener, what do y'all think? Obviously, he got suspended.
Getting juicy.
I actually truly believe he took some supplements and this protein shake or something. I was thinking he didn't know was illegal, because you can't be Jake Hayner and tell me you're taking steroids, because those steroids aren't working.
Yeah, got his hands on some Chinese creatine. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of the stuff, it's like little like things that like are banned in the substance thing list. So yeah, I mean, supplements are tainted all the time. I'm not surprised. He's clearly not just juicing just to juice. I mean, that's pretty apparent. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I saw it's going to cost him like $250K or something.
Of his $750K.
Yeah.
Woo! That's tough. Yeah, I would try and appeal that if I were him, but I'm sure he's already on that. So yeah, not good. But yeah, Jameis QB2, I guess. I guess we can't trade him now.
I would still trade him.
Send him to the Jets, man. See what they can do.
They're already talking. Like, I was about to say that they're already talking.
Like, I don't understand why that wouldn't even be like kind of like the first guy on their radar.
Look, and if Carr gets hurt, you still got Taysom.
Carr gets hurt, it's over. Like, who gives a shit?
Carr gets hurt, we're fucked. Yeah, like
just take the 4th or 5th round pick and move on. Yeah, I mean, you think the Jets would actually go after Jameis?
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, Jameis, he's a gunslinger. He throws the ball over the place. He has an arm. But he has turnovers, and this team is like, that's the one thing a quarterback can't do with the Jets.
But for $4 million, it's almost like worth taking the risk. Like, it's not a bad contract. Like, it's an easy contract to take on.
Would you rather Jameis Winston or Zach Wilson?
See, I don't know. Like, in that I don't like. I'm not gonna sit here and say like F Zach Wilson, like all this and that. Obviously, the proof is in the product. He's been dog water. But at the same time, I mean, like, Jameis is a turnover machine too. But I'll contradict myself and say there's turnovers, but there's also production at the same time. So
give me Jameis 100 times over Zach Wilson.
Even in that system, you think he'd thrive? Like, you think Winston could like do really good stuff? Like, I'd like to see him over there, but him and Zach Wilson, like, that's an interesting dynamic to me.
Yeah, I just think Jameis is a turnover machine. The Jets see that. I mean, their defense is so good. I mean, you saw what they did with the Bills. It was impressive. Yeah, I wouldn't want Jameis if I were the Jets, but that's me. What do you think you could even get for him? A 4th, 5th round? What? 4th? Huh. Yeah, no, if I was the Saints, I'd do that 10 out of 10 times. So why not? I mean, and then you said Taysom would back him up, and okay, yeah, that was another takeaway. Kind of forgot about that. They didn't even use Taysom at all last game. I mean, it seemed like he played 8 plays at most, 4 plays.
Yep. Very disappointing.
Are they conserving him, or I mean,
well, like I don't understand. They say it's a game plan. I mean, game by game situation on how they use Taysom, but when they use Taysom a lot, the offense does well offensively. And when you're struggling running the football, giving him more than 4 rushing attempts is ideal. And then letting him throw once to kind of keep the defense in check is big. So I don't understand. Give him the ball in the screen game. Give him the ball on sweeps. Use him as a blocker. He's your best kind of like all-around football player. Use him more to kind of help this offense get in rhythm, because they don't win 8 games last year without Taysom Hill. He won them single-handedly that Seattle game, and he won them single-handedly almost that Browns game as well. He had, 12 total touchdowns last year? Give Taysom the ball.
He had 12 touchdowns last year?
Overall, he had 11 rushing, he had 1
yeah.
or 2 receiving, and he had 1 or 2 passing.
Well, he had that crazy game last year where he did literally blocked a punt, ran for touchdown, passed for a touchdown, received for a touchdown. He did literally everything. But yeah, I mean, he's a football player. Did you guys listen to that announcer calling him one of the greatest football player of all time?
Being honest, I was watching while I was driving to the Broncos game, so I did not listen to any of it.
I mean, I get that the announcing job is really hard, and it's all this other stuff, but some of the shit they were saying was just driving me crazy. I mean, it was 4th and 10, and it was a 5-yard penalty. He's like, that's a 5-yard penalty. I don't think that's going to be enough to get them the first down. I'm like, yeah, no shit, dude. You're 5 yards short. So those guys are driving me crazy. But yeah, they were saying some crazy stuff. They're like, oh yeah, Taysom Hill, best football player of all time. And then it's okay, all right, dude, I like it. It'll get you in the news. It'll get you in the news, dude, saying stuff like that. I like it, but yeah, I don't know.
You
But
got any more Saints stuff?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna ask you guys, what about Cesar Ruiz getting that extension? What do you think?
I think he's earned it, to be honest, the last year and a half. Yeah, so look, I hate on Andres Pete, but I've watched Caesar heavily, and he was the guy that I thought improved the most last season.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's a guy this year and can be one of the best guards in the NFL.
What about you, Zach? Do you have any thoughts on it?
I think it's well said. I mean, I think he earned the deal at this point in time from a developmental perspective. So give him the money while you can right now. I mean, your offensive line isn't that good as it is, and especially from a depth perspective. So you might as well pay somebody up front who can kind of handle business to a degree. So why not him?
They got the left side. I believe it's the left with Ramczyk, Reese, and then you got McCoy. He's one of the best left sides in the NFL.
Right side.
And then no, it's the right side. You're right, it is the right side. But then the left side with Penning.
Yeah, terrible.
Penning, and then Pete, and then / Hurst.
Tough.
I'm a Hurst guy. I like Hurst. He's a great backup. Probably the best backup lineman in the league. But yeah, starting, okay,
no,
maybe he's okay. No, but no, I thought he's the sixth highest paid guard now. I thought that was kind of interesting. Is he the sixth highest or sixth best guard in the league? I'm not sure about that, but the market dictates the value every time. I mean, he came in during the COVID year. That's tough. And then he played center in college, so he's learning a new position. Coming in COVID year, had a coach change.
The last year and a half.
What's that?
He's been good the last year and a half.
Yeah, he's gotten better too. So yeah, I mean, it just solidifies that you don't have to worry. I mean, you're going to draft a guard next year unless Nick Saldiveri improves dramatically. So they're going to have to solidify that left side of the line, like you said. I mean, just hopefully Penning gets better. I mean, it wasn't good, but we'll see.
It was rough.
Oh, Peyton Turner. What do you think, Corey? Surgery now.
Not surprised.
Is he officially a bust? I'd lean towards a heavy yes.
Dude, he's Peyton Turner is the equivalent to blue balls.
He looked good when he played. I was like,
yet again,
when he gets hurt, I'm like,
he's the equivalent to blue balls. That's all I'm gonna say about Peyton Turner. Let's go to something more productive that's actually gonna play and is worth our time.
Oh, so you're not talking about Isaiah Foskey. All right, I'm done with the Saints. All right, Zach, recruiting LSU. Let's talk recruiting real quick. What's going on right now?
Go give me another drink while he does this.
We got a lot of stuff because it's really not just about football at this point. Like LSU women's basketball is really starting to hit the recruiting trail with force, man. This last weekend, and that weekend being September 9th, LSU hosted 2 5-star prospects. The number 1 player in the country, Sarah Strong, number 5 player in the country, Kate Koval. And, Kim Mulkey and that recruiting staff really has their foot on the gas for those 2 players. And kind of at this point in time, I'm feeling really confident that they can land both of them. I think you might see Kate Koval pull the trigger before Sarah. Sarah's kind of, potentially looking to take a visit to UConn, and that's going to be somewhere where LSU's kind of fighting, till the very death to get her. But Kate Koval she's a 6'5" forward. She's super talented, 5-star, top 5 player in the country. So to get her would be massive. Like I said, both of them were on campus over the weekend. Checked out LSU game, all that stuff, and that recruiting front is going to get really serious with women's basketball. They're in the mix for 3 of the top 5 players in the country, and I've been talking to some people who feel very, very good about their chances. So it's looking really good. And then for football over the weekend, dude, that visitors list was obnoxious. I mean, you had 100 players there, and they're really dipping into that 2025 class now. James Simon, 2025, 4-star running back, up, I believe, in Shreveport or something, man. He's somebody who's at the top of their wish list, and they're really, really pushing for him. His dad's on the Grambling coaching staff, so it's kind of like a homecoming for him where he got to check out LSU, see his dad coach on the sideline at Tiger Stadium. So that was something that was extremely significant. And then the Duncanville duo was back in town. Caden Durham and Decory Moore were back in town for a visit. And, it's really nice and refreshing to have 2 extremely gifted guys sitting there on that sideline and recruiting all the other guys that were in town. So really, really big stuff on the recruiting front. Women's basketball is doing their thing. Women's basketball is doing their thing. Football is doing their thing. And even men's basketball. They had 2 top 60 prospects in town over the weekend too. I'm catching up with Matt McMahon at some point this week. So it's about to be a really, really electric time for LSU recruiting.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it. So how many running backs are they going after in the 25 class? Because Durham's the only one in 24, right?
Yeah, so they went with one running back in the 2024 class, just Caden Durham. And then fast forward to 2025, they're going after two guys, Metairies, Harlan Berry, and then Jacob Simon as well. Those are the two
They
guys.
don't need a running back, though.
In 2025, they will. In 2025, they will. I'm not talking about 2024. They only got one guy. Because you're going to see Noah Kane, Josh Williams, Logan Diggs will be a senior at that time, so you're going to be needing some running backs. So
all those guys aren't going to even play now.
Well, Logan Diggs is going to take over now, and then you got Caleb Jackson.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, the second name you said is the correct answer.
Wait for Caleb Jackson, dude. That guy's somebody. He looked incredible in fall camp. I mean, dude, watching the things that he was doing was kind of mind-boggling. He's a physical freak. Just everything that he can do is insane. They already have him doing kick return duties. They're going to have him probably as the third guy behind Logan Diggs and Josh Williams. Noah Kane will enter the mix too, but they're not trying to put his workload too much. And Corey, I was big on Caleb Jackson, and then obviously, like I put out this big thing calling him a freshman phenom, and he was going to take up this big thing. And then you were in the press conference when Brian Kelly was like, "Pump the brakes." I thought that was BS from the jump, just because of how talented he is, man.
He's bullshitting, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be for real. And I said this podcast ago, and I'm adamant about this. Caleb Jackson, running back 1 by week 8 this season. Week 8. Caleb Jackson.
He won't take over Logan Diggs' spot.
Dude, he should. He's better.
He won't, though. And I don't think he's necessarily better either.
I think he's better.
He's extremely talented, but there's some learning curves, like picking up the blitz, some young things that he has to do, like blocking.
But touches, he deserves more touches.
That's a given. I mean, he only got like 8, 10 touches in one game. Like, it's 2 games in. It's really easy to say he needs more touches because he didn't play against Florida State. But
yeah, he didn't play at all.
He's going to get his. He's going to get his.
Can I talk about that Florida State game?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get – did we? No, we didn't talk about it.
No.
Okay. LSU. I'm gonna start this by saying LSU fans need to stop.
You can't start bashing LSU just because you left.
No, I'm gonna bash LSU fans because
bash it all. Who cares?
LSU fans are some of the dumbest fans in the country. They're some of the smartest. They're very smart. There's some that sit there and say, "Oh, we got to fire Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly's washed because you lose one game like you." God, dude, there's a lot of LSU fans that just need to shut the fuck up.
It's a toxic fan base, dude.
It's toxic. Like, you need to look yourself in the mirror and realize you're like, this is Brian Kelly year 2. That Alabama game might have been a bad thing in terms of the expectations it's set for year 2.
That's well said. Alabama,
because Florida State was there. LSU kind of quit in the second half, if we're going to be honest. And
once they got stopped on that first drive in the third quarter, it was done. They threw in the towel, and we all said that. I was sitting there. I was like, dude, like, what is going on? They just gave up. So that's completely well said, Corey. Like, that was devastating to see.
It was devastating. And then the one thing I do agree, put your best player in his best spot that he knows. He's Khalil Mack. He's Von Miller. Put him as the edge. I don't care if he's shorter than him. He's the best player in the field. Put him in the position because he was confused, right? He was totally confused.
Mike, chime in on that, bro. We know you got some stuff to say about that.
Look, I agree with you, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I said it like within like the third series. I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Like,
Mike's sitting there blowing up the group message.
I'm like, dude, this is so obvious.
Going on?
You have every single person in the world being like, put him on the edge, put him on the edge. Like, this isn't that sports in all reality is not that hard, like, to figure out. Like,
it is if you overthink it. And that's exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, what are you guys doing? Like, sometimes coaches just try to be too cute and too smart. It's like, dude, it's really not that difficult, you know? I mean, just put him on the edge, have him rush the passer. I mean, what did he have? 28 drawbacks and 7 rushes. Even that touchdown they threw in the corner, he immediately beat the tackle. Like, he beat the tackle and he was like half a second away from a sack. I'm just like, you know, I don't know. It was just frustrating to watch.
Well, let me ask you this then. Like, if it's not really a hypothetical. Corey, you're on mute, by the way. Take it off mute. When you're like and Corey, because I kind of want to get your perspective on this too. When you have a player of his caliber, and you know he's a first-round lock, like he's going to play in the first round, and you're kind of looking at his long-term game. I mean, when he's in your facility, are you strictly sitting there worrying about how can he win me games right now? Or are you worrying about his long-term potential, and that's why you have him at inside linebacker? And then you have to find that happy medium. Like, how do you find that happy medium knowing he's going to play inside linebacker?
You put him in the best position to succeed.
Is that right now?
It's no, yeah. Who gives a shit? It's literally like right now. Like if he's a world-class pass rusher, and world-class pass rushers get paid $120 million. Like this isn't that hard, you know. Just put him in the best position, and then it's actually being detrimental by putting him in coverage. I mean, he looked lost. He couldn't cover me out there. I mean, it was terrible.
Somebody asked Brian Kelly that, which is why I want to ask you guys and get your perspective on it too. Because Mike, I'm in the same boat as you. You put your player in a position where he's going to succeed and kick ass right now, and I think that's obviously pass rushing. And I mean, it's not fucking rocket science, dude. Like, duh.
It's so
he
easy.
Killed it as a freshman. But Corey, what do you think?
I agree. I mean, and like Mike says, you're going to make a lot more money as a pass rusher than a Mike linebacker. I totally agree.
I thought it was I
will say this: you talk about first-round draft picks, and people need to understand Will Campbell is a sophomore too, but Will Campbell got Will clapped against Jared Verse.
Jared Verse is going to go top 5 this year, though, and he's
Jared Verse.
Like Jared Verse is the real deal.
He's legit.
Like that, you know, it's easy to say Will got, you know, clapped. Like it's easy to say that he got crushed, but Jared Verse is the real deal. I mean, Jared Verse is that dude. Like he's going top 5, like elite pass rusher. He's a dog. He's got the experience on him too. So
Will Campbell getting beat once for a sack by like you said, a top 10 pick, top 5 pick. I mean, who cares? Like it happens.
That defensive line's scary. Braden Fisk in the middle is what I mean. Dude, that Florida State team's legit. I don't see them losing an ACC game. I see them going to the college football playoff. I mean, that's a cakewalk schedule.
Dude, the ACC is horrible.
Yeah.
And then the Pac-12 has eight fucking teams in the top 25, and they're all legitimate, and they all should be in the top 25.
No argument. I mean, the ACC looks terrible.
Well, if Deion Sanders and this Pac-12 had this season 1 year prior to this,
none of this BS would happen.
None of this would have happened.
I agree with you. That's a good take.
It's really sad because I'm excited. Like in 2 weeks, I get to go cover Shedeur Sanders versus Caleb Williams, USC versus Colorado, right? I get to cover Colorado versus Oregon State. They also play Oregon, and like I'm just sitting there like thinking about it. Like right now, this is Corey's random rant. I would rather be in the Pac-12 with those teams than the fucking Big 12 with like who like it's all good teams, but like
it's not a bad. I mean, it's just all about to deteriorate so quickly. Like that pack, like it's about to get just absolutely absurd. It's gonna be crazy. But
let's go.
I have no thoughts on any of conferences because I don't even know what the conferences are at this point. They got so shuffled around. It's going to take me a year or two to look at the conferences. So, do you think Colorado's legit, or you think it's What do you think? Think so? I'm a little skeptical on it, but I think they definitely got swag.
You can be skeptical all you want. They're projected to win 3 games this year. They have 86 new players, correct? They go to TCU, a team that went to the national title game a season ago and beat them on their own field. They played Nebraska. They had to change the way they played in both games. They had to play fast versus TCU. Nebraska, they had to play a little bit more smash around, better defense. And they did that. The difference in those 2 games is Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders made some throws that made me think, okay, this guy's a first-round pick. And there's a couple NFL GMs now that are like, yeah, he's a first-round pick.
If he's smart, though, he stays and goes number
1. He is. Do you want to know why he stays? He's making $4 million.
NIL money, yeah. Like that's not rocket science. Like this quarterback class is so loaded. If he goes to the draft, so dumb. You got to stay, go number 1 in 2025 and call it a day.
You're ready for this too? And like I was sitting here thinking about this. Colorado, they should lose 3 games this year because the Pac-12 is that good. They should lose to USC, should lose to Oregon, and they could lose to Utah, Washington State, UCLA, or Oregon State. All those teams are good. They should lose 3 games, right? But the following year, Deion's going to get the offensive and defensive linemen.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
going to get the guys he wants. Bro,
yeah,
that'd be really fucking good. Travis Hunter's legit. Travis Hunter might be the best player in the country overall.
I agree with that.
I see no reason why he wouldn't be. Like, he's a freak. That dude's a freak.
He's really good. They got great receivers. Jimmy Horn is really good. Xavier Weaver's really good. Chase Edwards is solid. He's not a pound running back. He's really good coming out the backfield. Their secondary, they have another cornerback that's highly recruited, number 3. I can't blank it on his name. Really good. Their secondary is really good. The secondary might be better in receiving core. The problem is up front with them, and thankfully they play in a Pac-12, so the rest of the season they shouldn't have issues up front besides maybe Oregon State and Utah. But telling you, next year, Deion's going to get those guys.
That guy that you're thinking of, that other cornerback, that's Cormani McClain. He was a top 10 player in the country, 5-star freak, and somehow, by the grace of God, Deion flipped him from Miami. And that's a guy who you put next to Travis Hunter on the other side. That's the best
cornerback duo in the country.
That's a crazy tandem, dude. Like they're going to be freakish. Like I can completely agree with that. Like next year,
everybody's going to College Game Day this week.
It's gonna be
everybody. I'm gonna be there too, by the way. But like it's just that stadium. I went there in July, right? I went there in July, and I told this to somebody, and somebody's like, "No, they're not." I'm like, "Dude, Deion's gonna win here quick," because you look at that stadium and you got that mountain view. It's nowhere in the country. Nowhere in the country has that. It's beautiful, and Deion says he's coming. They're legit. But Mike, to your question, are they legit? This week is a win. The interesting part, if you want to see if they're legit, after this week they play at Oregon, and then they play USC at home against Caleb Williams. Those 2 weeks, if they win those 2 weeks, they're college football playoff, like in the conversation, 100%.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, they've been impressive so far. They have. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I think people are overblowing the TCU thing a little bit. I mean, they lost their starting QB, their running back, first-round receiver, offensive coordinator.
I agree with that.
And then I don't even know who on the defense. I'm sure some guys left on their defense.
You're saying that, but you got to think, 86 new players, a team that was 1-11.
I view that as a plus. 86 new players. I mean, you're handpicking guys that can contribute to your program. They had the number one. Quickly. Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying, like,
Trey Sanders is really good too.
Yeah. I mean,
TCU's like they have legit players. Trey Sanders is good. TCU's going to win 8 or 9 games this year.
I mean, yeah, people are just like, I don't know. It's just like Deion, it just comes with prime. But yeah, I mean, people are just blowing this team up. Like, we're going to find out. I want to see them play.
Hold on. You say that it comes with prime. All right. So look, I might be on the prime hype train.
Wait, okay, time out. But before you get into this, how many times did you hear about Jackson State football until prime joined? Over under is at 0.5.
Jackson
heard it 100 fucking times.
Can I say something? I went to Mississippi College, right next to Jackson State. Jackson State was winning 1 or 2 games every single season prior to Deion Sanders coming there. You know how many people were going to games? John Burke, my roommate, was in ROTC, would go to Jackson State games for ROTC. There's 5,000 people there. I covered Southern Jackson State 3 times. I've been to Jackson State. And every time there's 60,000 people there. They've won 11 and 12 games immediately when Deion went to Jackson State when they sucked.
Well, that's
Colorado hasn't been good in forever. Deion goes to Colorado. They are 1-11. They're the worst team, maybe in FCS. Now they're ranked 18th, and they beat 2 Power 5 teams.
Well,
what he's doing is insane. And it's
No.
look, you say Dion's a great coach, I think so, but he has amazing staffs. He has one of the best offensive coordinators in the country, a guy at Kent State that threw for a lot of yards and scored a lot of points. And he has a really good defensive coordinator that came from Nick Saban. It's legit. Like you say, yeah, Dion, all this, but the hype is legit. What he's
I'm
doing
not saying
is
it's not legit. I'm just saying like he brings like media with him. He brings attention. I mean, that was my point with Jackson State. Like you didn't even hear about I didn't even really know they were a football program until Dion comes along. That's all I hear about. So
That's fair.
It's the recruiting aspect of things. Like,
yeah, I mean,
with
he
talent,
gets
you're going to win games. He was bringing 4 stars to Jackson State, like a 5-star Travis Hunter. Like when you bring the talent there, like you're gonna succeed. 4 or 5 stars, like you're bringing gods over there. Same thing that you're doing over at Colorado now. Like with talent wins games, and it's a fresh roster. But I mean, the talent's there to get it to mesh so quickly is what's impressive to me. Like it was a given they were going to win games, but
that's what I was gonna say. Like he has an incredible staff. He has a world-class staff at Colorado.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll see. You talk about Jackson State. This is the most you've talked about Colorado since they had Cordell Stewart in the 90s.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Dion's bringing this. We're 2 games in, and they beat a diminished TCU team. A close game, great game, might be game of the year. But I mean, let's top 20 team. Okay, I'm curious to see what they're going to look like versus USC and Oregon and all these other teams. So those are the games. Like you win, even if you split those games, I'll be pretty impressed. So we'll see.
You ready for this? Oregon State's the best team in the Pac-12.
Ooh, I haven't watched 1 second Oregon State, so I can't even talk.
Me either. I don't watch enough Pac-12 to be honest.
DJ Ugalele, whatever his name is.
Look good. He was not the problem at Clemson, obviously.
He's a fantastic.
Oh yeah, the downfall of Dabo.
I'm here for it.
NIL, no transfer portal, no fun.
He will always fail until he gets the transfer portal and goes beyond his morals.
I think, who knows? Self-righteous, doesn't want to.
I mean, but you say that, but obviously the Baptist Church takes NIL money.
Baptist Church will take it, but Dabo won't. So there you go. The Catholics.
They take NIL money all the time.
Who?
Any Baptist church?
Well, I'm just saying, Dabo came out like.
Okay, I'm Catholic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, any church takes money. I'm just saying, like any. Just like he came out and like bashed NIL, and like as a recruit, you got to be like, what the hell? Like you're telling me I can't make 100K this year because
you're right.
My coach doesn't want that. So
we'll see. Is this a sleeper game this weekend?
Sleeper game.
Is it a Pac-12 game?
No, I'm talking about LSU, Mississippi State.
I don't think it's a sleeper game. I think LSU should handle business there. I mean, it's going to be a fantastic game. It's 11 a.m. kickoff. Like, they're going to come out like sleepwalking early.
That's what I'm saying. Is it a sleeper game?
Like, oh, is that what you? Oh, well, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be an interesting game. I think they handle business though. I think the spread's like 10 still. Yeah. I think they can cover that.
I think what's the game of the week? Tennessee, Florida.
Wow, is that this weekend?
That's rape.
Dude, it's only a touchdown spread.
Dude, shit.
Corey's best bet now is going to be Tennessee to fucking.
Corey's putting his salary.
Rape, dude. Florida needs to bring the rape whistle.
It's going to be bad. We're going to go ahead and say they should bring the white flag. They should bring the white flag.
You ready for this? Here's my hot take. I think ULL sucks this year, and I think Florida sucks.
Whoa.
Napier might end up being the Raging Cajuns head coach again.
Nah,
I hope so.
He'll get another Power 5 job if this ship.
You think?
Yeah.
Who would offer him? I mean, he pushed off a Power 5 job for 1 year for sure, 2 years I think, but
he pushed off Auburn, he pushed off South Carolina, he pushed off all these jobs because they weren't willing to give him the salary pool for his assistants because he wanted his assistants to be paid accordingly. That next destination won't have those type of problems. He'll take the Power 5 job wherever he can get it. But I'm not writing off Napier just yet. And I know Corey, I hear me out. This 2024 class that he's bringing in, it was always going to be a 3 or 4 year plan with him. It was
If
never
you
going
win
to be.
4 or 5 games this year, you're not the head coach next year. In games.
They're probably gonna go 5-7 this year, 4-8. I get that. Listen. I get that. But my thing with this is like it was never a 2-year plan. Brian Kelly did the unthinkable in year 1, and he's different. Brian Kelly's a different breed of a coach. What I'm saying with Napier is like, look, it was always going to take time. That roster was absolutely diminished. There's things that have to be done. Graham Mertz isn't the answer, and I think people are going to learn that quickly.
Dude.
Just wait.
You just triggered me saying Graham Mertz.
Listen.
15. I'm going to shut up.
It's going to take time. It was always going to take time. I think they put Graham Mertz in position to be successful. I think people are sitting here writing him off and saying he's terrible. There were times where I was super confused, but my bottom line is it was always going to be a 3 or 4 year plan with Napier. He's not going to do well this year. Year 3 is where it's like boom or bust. Like if he doesn't succeed, it's over. Like it's done. Corey, what do you think about Mertz then?
All right, so my issue with Graham Mertz is,
well, do you think he sucks?
He's an okay quarterback. My issue with Graham Mertz
is a handoff
that Utah game. He's wearing the number fucking 15.
That is disgraceful. I agree with you. I saw your tweet about that. That's disgraceful. No one should ever wear that jersey.
I was triggered, Zach, when you said Graham Mertz.
No one should ever wear 15 ever again. That's like if somebody wore number 9 at LSU. And it's honestly even more different. Like no one should wear 15 at Florida.
Nobody should wear 5 at USC. Nobody should wear 10 at Texas. No one should wear 2 at A&M.
The
9
USC,
at LSU.
that's crazy.
But you know what? Out of all those numbers, number 15 at Florida is the most obvious.
Completely agreed with you, dude.
How's it not retired? I don't get it. What do you got to do to get a retired number at Florida?
Like, I just sit there and I see Graham fucking Mertz wearing Tebow's jersey, and I hate Florida. I'm an LSU fan. For all you people are going to be like, oh, Corey's shitted on LSU fans. Yeah, you deserve to be shitted on. Like, you shit on Brian Kelly. Y'all deserve to get fucking yelled at when I had to deal with your dumbass phone calls asking if Brian Kelly's drunk and if Drew Brees is a traitor for 2 years. Like, your IQ level is very low, some of y'all. Anyways, 15 should never be worn again at Florida. I mean, I shouldn't even be saying this.
It's absurd.
Are there any numbers retired by Florida? Like,
I'm sure.
I don't know. I don't care. Dude. Also, give Reggie Bush his Heisman back, please.
Wait.
This should have been happened 10 years ago.
Hold on.
Probably Danny Werfel's number or whatever, if I could guess.
Oh, dude, if they retired Danny Wolford's number and not Tebow, like, I'm going to go jump off of the fucking Pikes Peak right now.
Wait, hold on. So Tebow got a statue, right, in and outside the stadium? I'm pretty sure there. I'm pretty sure there's
Swamp King sucked.
Wait. Tebow got a statue, right?
I have no
11 and
I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99% sure. But like
11 and
dude,
55.
As a recruit, like what the fuck? You got to be thinking like, dude, if Tebow can't even get his jersey retired, then why even bother? You know?
Yeah.
As a recruit, you'd be like, you could have your jersey up in the rafters or up there. Be like, okay, well, where's Tebow? Oh, we didn't retire that. We got Graham Mertz wearing the jersey. So,
dude, he's like the top 10 greatest college football players ever.
Yeah,
like that's my point. It's like, what do you got to do to get your stuff retired?
Bro, this sun is slowly coming up for me. It was a great spot earlier, and as
I see that,
bro, it's coming up. About 5 minutes.
What do we got? What else y'all trying to hit on? We covered damn near everything.
Oh, I mean, we've got some stuff. Bets. All right, what you got, Corey?
All right, hold on. Let me. I got to go.
I don't think he realizes that it goes off when he does that.
You got any bets, Zach?
I like LSU. I mean, look, like I'm trying to stay away from the books, because last year was disgraceful. But I mean, I like LSU -10. I feel like they should handle business there. Keep in mind that I do understand that they're going to come out sleepwalking early, but I think they end up handling business there. I think 10 points is a very, very manageable spread. And I know I'm sitting here, I'm a homer because all I do every time I talk, it's all about LSU. But I think they handle business there. If that's a bet that I would probably hit on is, them to get it done in Starkville. And whether you want to do money line or the spread, either one, I think they handle business. You check out anything?
What's the over-under? I don't even see it.
53.5 is what I saw when I wrote about it this week.
53.5. Yeah, I don't know. It being an early game, I just get PTSD from the Miles Brennan game.
I would always stay away from over-unders for an 11 a.m. kickoff for LSU.
Yeah, I mean, the game last year was 11 a.m., wasn't it? Pretty sure it was. I remember being at the airport watching most of it, and it was like early in the morning. I'm pretty
It
sure.
might have been then, yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a good game. We'll see, but they should handle business and get that done. Sadly, that's probably my best bet, just because I haven't looked at the books. But I mean, dude, what we were saying earlier, would you say Tennessee's a 7-point favorite over Florida? I mean, that's a cakewalk spread. I would hammer Tennessee -7. Are you kidding me?
Corey.
Zach.
Yeah, I mean, Florida. Yeah, that's weird. I feel like a lot of people would be hammering Tennessee.
In my sleep, Tennessee -7. Are you joking?
All right,
That's
while y'all
trappy.
been dealing with college spreads, I'm
All
gonna do NFL.
All right, zag on us.
Jaguars are +3 against the Chiefs at home. The Jags are at home. I'm taking the Jags money line. Jacksonville is going to be a really good team this year. They're at home. The Chiefs have a lot of time to prepare, but +3, man, like at home, the NFL, it's hard to win on the road. I'm going to take the Jags. And another one, so the Bills are playing the Raiders, and the Bills are 8.5-point favorites against the Raiders, and I'm taking the Raiders +8.5. Raiders
Dude, Corey, you should have joined the Survivor League I'm in, dude. That'd have been so fun.
And then also, my last one is the Bengals are 3.5-point favorites versus the Ravens. Joe Burrow, he comes out and they fucking ball. They're going to rape him. Bring the rape bristle in Cincinnati.
I like it. All right, I'm zagging again.
Hey, Zach, you got to come up here, man.
I got to get my ass up to Colorado,
I'm looking at y'all from the swamp. Like, I'm 7,000 feet above y'all right now. I'm just looking at y'all waving.
Dude, we can drink some Coors in the mountains, bro. There's nothing better than that. Come on, man.
Fuck that. I don't want Coors.
Shut up, man. You pick a beer and we're drinking it. We got to get out there ASAP. Maybe the bye week, dude. Maybe the bye week.
Just come like legit. You have a place to stay.
I got to make my way out there. How far away is that from the Denver airport?
Dude, well, they got a Colorado Springs airport. It's pretty big too.
Noted.
The Denver airport's like 45 minutes. Colorado Springs airport is right there. It's pretty big.
Let's wrap this up. We'll talk.
Hold on, I got a lock. Valentina Shevchenko -170 this weekend. You're welcome.
Is it UFC? Bet?
UFC, baby. UFC.
She's gonna beat Grazo. She's pissed.
I'll put money on that. If Mike, if you tell me anything UFC wise, I'll always tail. And I haven't bet in 6-7 months, so I got to get back on track.
I got UFC fights right in my front yard between these two moose.
Shut the fuck up.
Chill out, bro.
Corey thinks he's in paradise. He might be. I don't know.
He might be, dude. I'm happy. Corey's living life out there. We love Corey's smile, bro. Handsome little devil.
Jeez.
We like this.
I love y'all, man.
If y'all want a long shot in UFC, Terrence Mitchell. I don't think he's gonna win, but he's +500. It's worth a little sprinkle.
Y'all talking about UFC. Can I turn this on? Look at these fucking kids. They're like fighting in the street.
Oh yeah, I see McGregor. All right, wait. We gotta talk about the Pelicans really quick.
Bro, we're like 3 months away, and Trey Murphy just stole my heart.
I don't even want to do that, bro. Like that Trey Murphy. Like, look, I know it opens an opportunity for Hawkins to get some time under his belt, but dude, that's such a defeating injury for me. Like, I'm such a Trey Murphy guy. It's probably my favorite. He might just be my favorite player on the Pelicans, maybe. But bottom line, to see that happen hurts, dude.
Trey Murphy's I agree with Zach.
He really might be my favorite player.
He's my favorite player too. I mean, he can.
I'm dead ass. Trigger Trey. Dude, Trigger Trey is going to be a star this year.
Look at Golden Hour Corey.
I'm depressed.
Golden Hour Corey.
I am depressed that Trey Murphy can't yam on people and splash threes and show that he's a two-way player. I watched Jordan Hawkins during Summer League. He ain't fucking Trey Murphy. He can't wear his jock strap.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. He
can't, bro. Like I'm saying,
no, he can't. But I'm just saying,
he's a future star. Jordan Hawkins couldn't make a fucking G League team on most teams. My man, you call him a 3-point shooter. He shoots 36% from fucking 3. You leave Trey Murphy open from 50 feet out. My man is fucking splashing it from slide out.
I don't think anybody's comparing the two. I just think it's a matter of Hawkins now getting a somewhat opportunity.
I don't want him to have an
Will he
opportunity.
actually get the opportunity? We'll see. But like, it's the
I
minutes
don't
could be
want him
there.
to have an opportunity.
Why, Corey? Why don't you
You have
want
to develop
a first round
a
pick?
Trey
Why don't you-
Murphy needs a fucking play.
He's
You're missing
upset.
the point, Corey.
He's upset. I am
Corey,
too.
he's Hawkins is your best shooter now, so you're gonna get those. He's gonna get more
That's
opportunities.
depressing. That's a problem.
Okay, when
That's
Kyra
the-
Lewis tore his ACL, guess who?
I was
stepped
fine
up?
with that because I don't like Kyra.
Okay, well, like, I'm just saying the point.
There's a huge difference from Kyra Lewis than Trey
You're
fucking
not
Murphy.
listening to me. The point I'm trying to make is when Kyra Lewis tore his ACL, he was supposed to be the one playing. Guess who got the playing minutes? Jose Avocado. Like, you got this guy out of nowhere. Like, so
Yeah, but Jose was good in college. Like Jordan Hawkins
he
is
went
okay.
undrafted. Undrafted guys don't make the roster. If Kyra Lewis doesn't tear his ACL, he probably doesn't make the Pelicans roster. Let's be honest. So
Oh my
that's
God,
the point I'm trying to make. You're going to
I
give him the
don't
first
like
round
Kyra,
pick.
so this is fine. This is music to my ears.
My point is, there's an opportunity. Take that motherfucker and make threes. That's all I'm saying. So he's
Yeah.
going to have a month and a
Make
half to do it.
3% of them.
Well, that's the fucking summer league. I mean, I could
You know
drop
what?
12 in the summer league. Who cares?
I'm gonna go back to covering Jokic dance in Serbia and being happy.
No, we're not doing this. We're not.
I'm trying to bring you down. I'm trying to bring you down.
I'm
Corey.
never gonna. You don't see my fucking shirt.
So
I am
you're
a diehard Pelican.
you're in
fan.
the Hawkins.
November 6th, I am in the Pepsi Center wearing my CJ McCollum jersey, acting the fool with Victoria, going, "Let's go Pelicans." I'm a never switch up.
Yeah, that's what we should do, Mike. We should go up to Colorado and catch a Nuggets Pels game.
I'm about to start the Jordan Hawkins Hate Club LLC, and Corey's going to be the vice president.
Nah,
like,
he's just
dude,
CEO, bro.
like,
Let him take
I
over.
was okay with the draft pick, and I started watching him in the summer league. I'm like, this dude cannot do anything.
You got to take summer league with a grain of salt, though. Like like honestly, like he can shoot the hell out of the ball. Eventually, he's going to hit his stride, but he clearly wasn't himself during summer league, and there's a transition period. Even though it is summer league, I get it, but I still think those shooting mechanics are shooting mechanics. Like he can shoot the ball, either you can shoot it or you can't. He's got a great base to his shot. He's got a great release. I like everything that he brings to the table. I think it's just a matter of time. I like the way he moves without the ball as well. Obviously, his numbers were piss poor in summer league, but I mean, maybe you put him in this system with Borrego, who's really good at kind of like switching up an offense and kind of letting his shooters do their thing. That's why I was excited for Trey Murphy while I'm rambling, by the way. I was excited to see him in Borrego's offensive system. And now I'm still kind of hyped to see what Hawkins can do too. But I don't know if you agree with that, Mike. You and I talked about this a while back, just you and me. I mean, maybe I'm just rambling here and I don't know, but what do you think?
No, you nailed it. I mean, that was the biggest. That was one. I mean, shooting was a big thing. He's got sneaky athleticism. I've seen him throw down some pretty nice dunks. But I mean, like, yeah, his ball movement. That was the one thing I remember seeing Jay Bills talk about whenever he, the pick came across the board, like shooting and elite movement. So I mean, I'm not saying he's Steph Curry. Don't get crazy, Corey. But I'm just saying he moves around like Steph Curry. Like he constantly moving, and you can always have a guy like that in offense. So if he shoots 36%, dude, I'm happy with that. There's not too many guys on the Pelicans roster that are shooting 36% right now. So,
I mean, do you think Borrego has do you think him coming in and kind of being this different offensive minded type coach, do you think that can aside from even Hawkins and Murphy for that matter, do you think he can come in? Corey, chime in too. I mean,
he's
coming in kind of change.
He's an offensive specialist.
Look, his offensive scheme's incredible.
Yeah,
but it really doesn't matter if your best player doesn't play in Zion.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of that's a given though. Like, come on now, bro. Like that's fair. But aside from the injuries, imagine a fully healthy team. Hypothetically, do you think Borrego can kind of take this team to that next step offensively?
Yes,
I hope so.
I agree.
Defense is good last year.
I think Willie's really good defensively. I think the Pelicans have been good defensively, and Willie's a good motivator, and they trust him. I think his weakness was offense, and they went out and they got a guy who's really good offensively. I'm totally happy with that.
Fair.
Are they going to trade for a center? That's my biggest question. So, I mean,
Probably
they have to.
But look, if they haven't, then Dude, like
They have to.
we've been over this 1,000 times, but you would have won that Thunder game if you would have kept Valanciunas in the game. He was 12 for 12 or 11 to 12, whatever he was. And they didn't have a big that could match him. You took him out. Like, you got to be able to trust him because Jonas is a top 10 center in the NBA. He is.
I can't name 10 better than him. I've already had this conversation with somebody, and I was on the same page. I was like, he's kind of a traffic cone out there on defense.
Would you rather have Jared Allen or Jonas?
I'd probably rather.
Jonas.
Okay. Would you rather have Nick Claxton or Jonas?
See, that's what I was about to ask you. I was about to
Really?
ask you, like, would you trade for Claxton in our offense? Like, for what he can bring defensively as a rim protector? Obviously, free throw bullshit aside, like, do you – for the record, I think Jonas is better, by the way. Let me clarify that.
People are always like, oh, you got to have a stretch 5 next to Zion. You got to have a stretch 5 next to Zion. It's like, okay. It's like, why do you have to have that? Like, there's zero evidence. He's never played with a stretch 5 that we've seen, like, that's been significant. I mean, I can't name one. I mean, Jonas can hit threes, but he's not – I wouldn't say he's a stretch 5.
I agree with that.
So, I mean, I'd always say Miles Turner. It's, Pelicans have been clamoring
That's
for
the
that
fever
forever.
dream, bro. Like, everybody wants that.
But yeah, there's really no like obvious one. I know that. I mean, they couldn't stop a nosebleed last year in the paint, so it was ugly last year defensively. So
was that Jonas's problem or Jonas and Zion's problem?
It's part of the center's problem, dude. That's part of being a center, protect the fucking goals. So I mean, if Gobert can get traded for 5 first-round picks for blocking balls.
By the way, Gobert had one of the worst performances ever in the FIFA World Cup. He was horrible. I lost money. That's why I knew this. They lost to some random shit. And France was predicted to win it because they had Gobert, they had Fournier, they had Batum, they had several other like NBA quality players. This is before they had Wemby go there.
I hate Gobert, bro.
Gobert was ass.
I hate Gobert.
I was never a Gobert guy, so I don't want to pile on.
It's crazy that he's a Hall of Famer, though.
Oh, God. That's disgusting. What about Clint Capella?
All right, can we end this on that? Like, I'm done with it.
I hate him. But statistically, 2-3-time decoy, like, I have a conversation all the time. Like, I hate him. I don't want to put him in the Hall of Fame. But, God damn it, you kind of have to.
What about Clint Capella?
What about him?
Well, I mean, that could be a solution. Yeah, why not?
He's solid.
Okay, would you trade Kyra and Jonas for?
I would trade Kyra for a bag of Funyuns and a Twix.
No. Got to get the double Twix. No, I'm saying.
Now we're talking.
I'm saying, dude, if you trade Kyra and Jonas, it matches up to Clint Capella's salary. So
I do that in my. I don't know if I do that in my sleep. Actually, I can't.
What if they threw in a second-round pick, just a little sweetener?
Would it? Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe
would Atlanta say no? I don't even know.
Yeah,
I don't even know, dude.
Because you got Trae Young on the court, you need as much defensive help as possible.
That's what I was gonna say too.
There's really no like answer out there. I always kind of predicted it, but it's going to be a trade no one's seen coming. But they have to do it. You cannot go into the season with Cody Zeller as your backup center. Like
that's crazy.
You're in trouble.
About that.
I mean, I guess Nance could be a small ball 5, but Nance is hurt 25, 30 games out the year, so every single year. So they got to do something. They got to do something.
There's work to be done. But
all right, fellas.
We crushed everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Hour long, baby. If any of you people complain, at me on Twitter, and Rocky Mountain Rholdon will respond.
I'm sending all my burners at you. All right, that's it. You good? Zach, give me one bet. I don't think you gave us a bet.
Yeah, I mean, I like Tennessee -7 over Florida. If there's one that I'm going to pick and not be a homer for LSU, if that is the spread and Corey's accurate on that, and it's Tennessee -7, I'd probably hammer that if I could. I mean,
blow away. I agree. I'm betting $100 on Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee -7, solid. I'm glad Corey's backing me on that too. So yeah, if that's my bet. That's it.
Seems trappy, but I'm for it because
don't say that,
dude. It is.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Love y'all.